Hello, my little sparkles. Welcome back to Rosalind Rants. With the new change in things, I'm not sure how I'm going to be doing the podcast, but we're just going to keep going with these. And today, with June and Pride and everything going on, we're going to keep going with that topic. And today, I'm going to be talking about something I haven't heard too much about the Pride community talking about, and that is sexuality versus kind of like romanticism. And this is something I came across about like years and years ago. I want to say I'm just gonna throw out like 5 years ago or so. Now, I did try to look up the website that I first came across this topic on, and unfortunately I can't find it, but a couple years back I did put up a video of when I listened to it, it was way too confusing when I came up with it, but this is me kind of talking about how I kind of discovered that I wasn't straight, and I didn't like or feel comfortable with the topic of being like bisexual or anything, but I did come across other ones, like other like labels and stuff that I did feel more comfortable with. Now, to kind of summarize that one, that first video. Now, when I was talking about it with my partner, I didn't agree with the topic of like I'm attracted to like females and males and things like that, because I know that being bisexual doesn't mean that you're only attracted to like females and males and stuff. It was just for me like a specific I don't like the word label, but it was just the idea of like what the label meant and stuff, but it just didn't feel right. So when I actually like looked up other possible like orientations, I was like, oh wait, like omni feels a bit more specific for me. But as I did like more research and stuff, I was like, wait a second, this feels a bit more interesting to me. And that was the idea of like romanticism versus like sexuality. And this is something I hadn't heard of before, and as the years went by, I started experiencing and thinking about it a bit more. What is the difference between when you're physically attracted to someone and then when you're romantically falling in love with someone? Like, for example, when you're talking to someone and then you fall in love with their personality, compared to when you're looking at someone and say, yeah, I would sleep with them. You're looking at someone and saying, yeah, I don't know anything about them, but I probably would have a one night stand with them or something. Compared to when you're actually like talking to someone and like having like that mental connection, that emotional connection and things like that. And for me personally, when I start talking to someone, for me it's feelings first. It's feelings first. And someone's gender normally doesn't make an influence on me. It really doesn't. So, and it's normally really unexpected for me too. It's normally really unexpected for me. So, when I thought about it, I started thinking more about like the romantic piece. I'm like, wouldn't that make me more pan-romantic? Also, for me personally, for those of you that have been in my stream and have maybe like noticed in my videos and stuff, I'm not comfortable with quite a number of things, especially when I first meet people. I don't like talking about like physical things. Like I don't like talking about like bedroom stuff. I don't like cursing. I don't like things like that unless I really know you, or unless I am really comfortable with you. I don't like talking about that kind of stuff. I really have to know you before I would even make jokes related to that kind of stuff. I would have to be that comfortable before I can even make a joke or curse in front of you. And before it can even get to that point. So to even talk about the physical stuff, so then that had me take a couple of steps back and make me think about the sexuality piece, and had me really rethink that point. Then what would be my sexuality orientation then? Because then there is that other piece of like, well, then do I the other orientation of like, do I need that emotional connection? Do I not? And I really had to rethink that whole piece. But one thing's for sure is that I am definitely pan-romantic. As long as I have that emotional connection, or that just piece of like talking to someone and I don't want to get into too much detail about it, but I've just noticed that if I'm talking to someone and I just mesh with them well, their gender just would not matter to me. It just wouldn't. That's just something that I've really noticed. That I'm definitely pan-romantic for sure. And that's just something that I wanted to share with everyone is, bedroom out of the side, romantic wise. So in your heart and mentally and stuff, if you connect with someone emotionally, mentally and stuff, and you fall in love with them, there is that component too. So that is an option. You can, to give a really bad example, you can be a male and fall in love with women because they're just so interesting and amazing. But honestly, preferably, you're physically attracted to males for some reason. You're just physically attracted to males and the male parts. So that would be for you to figure out. Or like the reverse or anything like that. How you would want to express it or talk about it with partners is up to you. But that would be my example of it. I'm still trying to figure it out myself and what all that means, but I just wanted to share that you do have that kind of option to think about it. If it's the same for you all the way, like, hey, it's the same for me. I am romantically attracted to male and female, and in the bedroom it's the same thing. All right, that's the same for you. Or if you do want to look into it and think about it, then by all means. But I just wanted to put that out for the table that, hey, romantically you can be one way and physically attracted in a different way. But I would love to hear, my little sparkles, what you think down in the comments below. What are your ideas about that? Have you ever experienced or thought about that here of romanticism, like you're romantically attracted to a certain gender or certain genders, but physically it's a different story. Or is this your first time hearing about it? I would love to know your thoughts and comments down below. And I'll see you little sparkles next time. Bye bye.